Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you walk outside in October, you can feel it in the air, that crisp cool change that tells you summer is officially over. Now a lot of people see their summer vegetable plants winding down and think, well, that's it for another year. Time to pack it all in. But what if I told you that October isn't the end of the gardening season? What if I told you it's the secret start to one of the most rewarding gardening seasons of all? Today, we're diving into 10 incredible crops that you can and absolutely should be planting right now in October. Planting these will give you delicious harvest through the fall, into the winter, and even set you up for an amazing start next spring. Trust me, you'd be silly not to grow these. Let's get digging. Alright, before we get to our list of 10, let's quickly talk about why October is such a magical time for gardening. It really comes down to 3 key things. First, the heat stress of summer is gone. The soil is still warm from the summer sun, but the air is cool. This is the perfect combination for seeds to germinate quickly, without the stress of scorching heat. Plants can establish their roots without wilting or bolting. Second, pest pressure drops dramatically. Many of those annoying bugs that plagued your tomatoes and squash have completed their life cycles or are heading into dormancy. This means your tender, new seedlings have a much better chance of thriving without being eaten. And third, and this is my favorite part, many cool weather crops actually get sweeter after a light frost. The plants produce sugars that act as a natural antifreeze, concentrating the flavor. A frost-kissed carrot or kale leaf is one of the true delicacies of the garden. So now that you know why October is the secret superstar of gardening, let's get to the crops. Kicking off our list is the absolute king of fall planting, garlic. October is the perfect time to plant garlic for most climates. You plant the individual cloves now. They establish their roots over the winter, and then they're ready to explode with growth next spring for a big, beautiful harvest next summer. Planting tip: take a bulb of garlic, either from a nursery or even an organic one from the grocery store, and break it into individual cloves. Plant each clove about 2 inches deep and 6 inches apart, with the pointy end facing up. Pro tip: don't skip the mulch. After planting, cover your garlic bed with a thick 3 to 4 inch layer of straw or shredded leaves. This insulates the cloves, protects them from deep freezes, and keeps weeds down next spring. It's a crucial step for a great harvest. Next up, the powerhouse green spinach. Spinach loves the cold. In fact, it can survive temperatures well below freezing, especially with a little protection. Planting spinach in October will give you a harvest in late fall, and in many zones it will go dormant in the dead of winter, and then re-emerge in early spring for one of the first fresh harvest of the year. Planting tip: sow seeds directly into the garden about 1/2 inch deep. You can plant them fairly densely. Pro tip: choose a variety specifically labeled overwintering or cold hardy, like Bloomsdale, long-standing, or tying. These are bred for cold tolerance and will give you the best results. Need some gardening instant gratification? Plant radishes. Radishes are one of the fastest growing vegetables you can plant. Many varieties go from seed to harvest in just 3 to 4 weeks. Planting them in the cool weather of fall also keeps them from getting too spicy or woody, which can happen in the summer heat. Planting tip: sow seeds about 1/2 inch deep and 1 inch apart. They don't need a lot of space, making them perfect for small gardens or containers. Pro tip: don't just plant the classic red globe radish. Try different varieties. French breakfast is a beautiful, mild oblong variety, and daikon radishes will grow long and white, perfect for pickling or winter stews. You knew this one was coming. Kale is the undisputed champion of the cold weather garden. It's tough, it's productive, and as we mentioned, its flavor improves dramatically after a frost. Planting kale now will give you harvests all fall and in many climates, right through the winter. Planting tip: you can plant seeds directly, but for a head start, I recommend picking up some small starter plants from a nursery. This time of year, it gets you to your first harvest much faster. Pro tip: harvest kale from the bottom up. Take the lowest, oldest leaves first and leave the top central growth point intact. The plant will continue to produce new leaves from the center, acting like a continuous kale factory. This is called cut and come again. Fresh salads in November. Absolutely. October is the ideal time to plant lettuce, because it will grow sweet and crisp without the threat of bolting or going to seed, which happens in the summer heat. Planting tip: focus on loose-leaf varieties like oak leaf or black-seeded Simpson instead of heading lettuces like iceberg. Why? Because you can use that same cut and come again method we used for kale. Just snip the outer leaves and the plant will keep producing. Pro tip: lettuce has shallow roots so it can dry out even in the fall. Keep the soil consistently moist. A light layer of mulch can help regulate that moisture. Alright, we're halfway through. All 5 of these crops so far will thrive in the cool weather. But if you live in a climate with early hard freezes, consider getting some frost cloth or building a simple cold frame. This can extend your harvest season by weeks or even months. Back to the list with a root vegetable favorite: carrots. As I mentioned before, full-grown carrots are the sweetest carrots you will ever taste. That first frost is your signal that they're reaching peak flavor. Planting tip: carrot seeds are tiny. Mix them with a bit of sand before sowing to help you spread them more evenly. They need loose rock-free soil to grow straight, so make sure your bed is well prepared. Pro tip: be patient with germination. Carrots can take up to 2 to 3 weeks to sprout, and it's crucial to keep the soil moist during this time. Some gardeners lay a wooden board over the road to keep moisture in, removing it as soon as they see the first green sprouts. Want a plant that's as beautiful as it is delicious? Grow Swiss chard. With its vibrant rainbow-colored stems, it's a showstopper in the fall garden. It's in the same family as beets and spinach, and it's incredibly productive and tolerant of both heat and cold. Planting in October gives you a strong fall crop. Planting tips: sow seeds about ½ an inch deep and give them space. These are big plants. Thin them to about 8 to 10 inches apart. Pro tip: don't throw away the stems. You can chop them up and sauté them just like you would celery. They add a wonderful texture and flavor to soups and stir fries. It's 2 vegetables in one. Let's add a delicious Asian green to the mix: bok choy. This is another super fast grower that thrives in cool weather. It has crisp, juicy stems and tender leaves, perfect for stir fries or steaming. Planting tip: you can harvest it at 2 stages. Plant them close together and harvest them as tender baby bok choy in about 30 days. Or give them more space and let them grow to full size heads in about 50 days.